doing? This is Fee, Done in the Rough. How you doing today? Today is Finance Friday. Okay, so these are new to my channel. Last Friday you would have seen envelope stuffing. So a little bit about envelope stuffing or sinking funds. Basically, I see them as something that stops you from going under. Stops you from sinking. When you have bills that you know that are coming up, you put money aside from, like car registration, which is what I do. I know I've got to get new tyres, I've got to do car maintenance, I've got birthdays, Christmas. So that's where that came from. So where did this start from? So this, I'm really starting from scratch here, although I've done one budget already and I've done an envelope stuffing. But what I was going to do is actually take you through my second paycheck for August and show you the process. Some of it I have pre-filled to try and speed it up. And yeah, we'll go from there. So the Budget by Paycheck workbook, it is, you can get it as a hard copy, you can get it as an electronic version. Being in Australia, it's cheaper for me to get an electronic version so that then I can download it and print it. Okay, couple of things in here. Part of the one of the things with joining in with the Budget Mum I do have a 52-week savings challenge which has just started. So the plan is, by the time I've done 12 months worth of budgeting, I'll have 1,300 to in savings just on that one savings. So now, as you work your way through, there's a financial plan, your worksheet, your short-term, medium-term, long-term. I haven't hit those yet. I'm still working on those because, yeah. Long-term goal is to have my house paid out. Medium-term goal within 5 years is owning a brand new car, paying cash for my own car. And short-term goal is to be have no credit cards, no personal debt. So yeah, we'll go through that process. One of the great things that is in this book is the membership subscription. I always forget what membership I've got. Whoops, and I didn't put some things down, some values down. But you get there and you look at how much you pay per month. So $7 for Amazon Prime, that's $84. $14 for Netflix, $168 a year I'm paying for Netflix. When I worked that one out, I went, oh, jeebs. So I've already got rid of Stan. I had Stan, I got rid of Stan. It's like, no, it's one or the other. Apple's not too bad. Cyberlink, that's actually a quarterly bill. So yeah, that's where this will come into play with one of my diaries, because I've got two. One of them is for the financials. Anyway, yearly savings. I can have a goal here, a couple of goals here for how much I want to get for the year, monthly amount and the due date. Now, although I do want to fill these in, I would only be filling like in for 4 months, 5 months. So I've decided to leave this blank till next year. I might end up scribbling on this to give me some ideas, but I'm not doing this year. I want to be able to start my savings from the beginning of the year. Yes, I am saving other stuff, but I want to do this from the beginning of the year. Before I started the budget, I actually did go and do a breakdown, and I worked out where all my money went to in July to try and work out how much I'm going to budget for August. Yeah, there's some interesting ones there that in the month of July I spent what I classed as YouTube $762 in July. But then that includes things like the diaries that I've purchased and planning stickers and all of that. So that's all fits in there because it's all coming on this channel. So I did that. And when I did that, I'm just going to find the printout that I did. When I did that, I did put into this one my July. So I'll show you that in a little bit. But the process with going through and doing your budget. So they do it, this is by paycheck. Okay, so when we look at, I'll try and zoom this in just a little bit. My writing is absolutely messy. But when you budget by paycheck, you need to look at what paycheck is paying for what. I've always had to do it manually in my head, and then there's stuff that I've always forgotten. So I haven't crossed out ones that have been paid yet. Oops, I'll get there. Anyway, so what you work out is what Paycheck's paying what. So I've got a very pale green here. That is being paid on the 22nd of July's pay. 5th of the 8th is pink. 5th of the 8th pay is paying all the pink. 19th of the 8th is paying all this green. And I didn't put that one, highlight that one as green because that was a bill that just came in a week ago. Is it that green? I think it's that green. Yeah, so that's August. I do have also the 1st of September is also included in that 19th of the 8th pay. Whoops. Okay, one of my goals for this month is I want to pay out one of my debts. At this stage, at the beginning of August, it was $738. I pay about $110 a fortnight. There is no interest on that, but because it's so low, I want to try and get rid of it. So that is the aim with that side of things. So I did do, so what I need to do I'll explain this little piece of paper here in a bit. But so what I've done is gone through my August bill tracker and I've created it. So I've got my salaries in here, what I expect, my income, what from Nathan, and then a total. Then all my bills are listed out. Then I have what I put into cash envelopes, which you would have seen me stuffing last week, and what I wanted to put into sinking funds this for that pay period. I will say that I wanted to put a lot more money in, but I needed, the two that I really needed to put the money in was the car rego, and that brought me down to a zero balance. So I had to prioritise those. I do have a little piece of paper which is a running tally on what's still left to come out of my budget. Just, yeah, that's just me and my head, the way it works. So when I did the sinking funds last week, you'll see that this was the sinking funds that I did last week with the cash envelope breakdown. And on the last page, there is actually a docket step you can use. But we're going to this one. So this looks really nice and neat and clean. I'll zoom out so you can see it. I should have done that before. I have done the basics of this. I've written everything in. What I've got is this fortnight I will only get my salary. Nathan doesn't put anything in. He puts it all in on about the 15th of the month to go towards the mortgage. So I'm going to work my way through this. Now, one of the things that you can see here, there is different colour coding. Different colours. The reason behind that is where the money is coming from. I have 3 different accounts, okay? So that's where I need to make sure that I have a certain amount of money in each of these accounts at the beginning of the pay fortnight. And I'm having fun and games, playing fun and games with my HR people to try and get it changed, but they're giving me grief. So anyway, so I'm going to work my way through these. So speeding ticket, if you saw one of my whipping chats, yes, I got a speeding ticket. That's got to get paid. Internet, I pay $50 a month, so there's $25. Water was an estimate. I haven't had a water bill. Well, I have had water bills, but I haven't estimated for those. So what I did do was water was just trying to work out which is higher, water or gas. I think we pay more for water. No, we pay more for gas. So I'm going to put 20 in water and 25 in gas. Now these three lots, these actually go into our joint account so that when they get paid, that's where they come from. So this is my credit card bill. It'll be about $160 from Westpac. My National Bank credit card bill will be about $100. Medibank private health insurance, $123. Gotta love erasable pens, but okay. $123. HelloFresh. I always budget $142 because if I change any of the meals, it always tends to cost you more. Sometimes it's only $120, but budgeting on the higher side. Right, so this is the one that I want paid out this month. So yeah, and house rates. So 225. So Nathan and I go 50-50 in the rates, and it gets paid quarterly. This is one where next year I want to put this in as a sinking fund, so that when I can start paying towards it ahead of time. And now I'm going to pop in the HelloFresh box again, because they happen that comes out weekly. Now this is the Sophie and Toffee boxes. I get 2 boxes. Sophie and Toffee, the Disney box, I actually put down 120 of that. Now it is not 120. I think it's probably only cost me about 100 Aussie, but I've just beefed it up just because I want to make sure. I've been charged once, but the next box that I'm paying for will have DHL freight, so it will arrive really quickly in comparison to other times. And then I get the Sophie and Toffee Elves box, and that I estimate at $90, although it doesn't cost me $90. My last one only cost me $40. I had 3 people purchase a subscription box, so I didn't have to pay the standard rate, but I still paid the premium and the additional freight. And my car insurance was $62. I just received my notice at $69. My my bills that are pretty well stock standard here for this time of the year. The exception, obviously, the speeding ticket. And I've got my fingers crossed I haven't forgotten anything. So I'll just add these up. Okay, so I've got a total there of 1,451. And I'm just going to take away the 2,986. That leaves me 1,535. All of these are rounded. All these rounded figures are rounded up. So you'll see no cents in there. Okay, then from there, so I've got $1,535. I'm going to quickly duck over to this side because I have 2 costs that I want to have to come out. Okay, I need to make sure I take out 175. Okay, so 1,535 minus 175. That's just me going. I know, although it's a sinking fund, it is a sinking fund. I have to have it. So what I do need to do is try and work it so that I take off Bright 1,523, because that's another one that I want to pay out. So 837. Okay, so what I'm looking at, so what I've just done is I've worked out this is what my balance is. I have to make sure I do 175. If I don't, I can put it all into there. We have Bright, which is my payout that I want to pay out, so then I don't have to worry about paying. That means that I'm not paying that 110 every fortnight, so that's just cancels it out. It's not long before it's paid out anyway, and it is. Okay, what I need to look at is I'm going to have about 837 left over to do here. The big thing is, like, I've only done this once before, and I still haven't completed that fortnight, so I can only go on basically what I have done already and just a guesstimation. And I know, like, I'm going to be putting down, I'm going to put 70 down for work cash, although I am, this fortnight that I'm just completing, or that I've only worked 4 days, the next fortnight that I work, I'll be actually working 10 days or 10 shifts. So I may end up needing more funds, but what I'm allowing for is I'll probably roll over my work cash from the previous pay. Household, I put 200 on that. So household covers grocery shopping. So we actually get a Hello Fresh box, which is a a box full of recipe cards with the ingredients, so you just cook it yourself, and it's so much healthier than the junk food we used to eat. So I mean, that is I don't need to spend much on food because I'm paying about $280 a fortnight on our main meals. So $200 will cover household purchases, including dog food, including washing stuff and that side of things. Medical, I'm going to put 50 aside for medical. I'm going to put 40 for fuel and 50 for fun and 50 for miscellaneous. And for Bo, he gets he's now getting a bath once a month or every 4 weeks. $50 for the bath, so I'm putting 25 down there. And I have to get my nails done in 2 weeks' time, probably, hopefully less. My nails seem to have slowed down, but I'll put that there. And YouTube. Now, last pay I put aside $300 for YouTube because because of the competition that's been run. Congratulations. The competition that was run with the Cairo draw, giving away a diamond shop custom. Yeah, that's there, and I knew that it was going to cost over a certain amount, so I budgeted $300. So this time I'm actually going to budget just $150, and let's see how that goes. I have written this in green pen because it's going to be coming out of that specific account. So 715 is the balance there. So if we go 1535 minus 715 equals 820. So I know I've got what I need left over. Just. And that was for this pen. Okay, so up here I'll go with the 820. Don't know whether I put it as extra savings or whether I put a cushion. Okay, so what I've put there is 820. I'm going to do minus, I've got a minus at 523, so that leaves me 297. So this is where I get there going. Now, where am I going to put it to? Do I put it all here? So if I take minus 175, I've got $122. I'm going to split 50 to the house, 50 to Christmas, and in the emergency I'll put the remainder. Okay, so 820 minus 275 leaves me with 545. So 545, 523 minus 523 gives me $22 left over. So in emergency, I'll put $22. So that just rounds that off. Because one of the things in Australia, we don't have $1 or $2 notes. They are coins. Hang on. So that there is a $2 coin, not a note. Hang on. So those of you in the US. There we go. So I don't carry what I'm going to do is I won't be carrying coins. So when I try and do my cash envelopes, I'll have to put the odd $1 to $4 somewhere else out of the budget, somewhere else within a bank account. But there we go. So that's what we've got for the that pay from the 19th. So what they say, what you need to do is total income. So what we've got is 2986 minus 1451 minus 715 minus 275 minus 323 minus 22. So if I do those, that balance should equal 0, because what they call this is zero balance budgeting. That then means that if I need to spend anything, if I purchase anything, it's got to come out of these envelopes. It doesn't come out of my bank account. 2986, not times, 2986 minus 1451 minus 715 minus 275 minus 523 minus 22 is 0, and I'll make sure that looks like a 5. So that equals 0. I will admit that I went to the shops the other day and I had the cash and I went, nope, finger, swipe my card. What I'm going to have to do is leave my cards at home. You know, it's like somebody that goes out drinking. You leave the keys at home. Yeah, I'm the same. So for what I've worked out here is the money that I need. I'm going to stick with the green. So work cash 70, household 200, 50, 40, 50, 50, 20. Oh, hang on, I'll put those around the 80, 25. I had them around the wrong way. 150, 100, 75, 50, and 50. Those two figures together, 70 plus 200, 50, 40, 50, 50, 80, 25, 150, 100, 75, 50, 50. Oh, 990. Okay, I'm just going to check the two balances. 715 plus 275. So that, just making sure that that balances up together. So let's work out what denominations I need. Okay, so that is it. I will need to grab my cash envelope, my cash totals. I'll show you that. So that's where I will fill this one out, cut it out and take it to the bank. And then from there, what we will end up with, I will be tracking what I spent. So if you actually look at that one there, so I'm actually tracking what I've spent and allocating it to where it's going. Quite an interesting process, that. When you look at where your money's going, even while you're budgeting, while you're tracking it, it's like, ooh. So yeah, what the next steps with this one is actually I'll be doing cash envelopes, but then I will end up closing out my budget on the 1st or the 2nd. I think it's the 2nd of September. When's my next pay? So my next pay is the 2nd of September. So I'll be closing out my budget on the 1st of September. So you'll see that, you'll probably see that close out that Friday. We'll see. This payday is the one that is going to be significant because it's either this pay or this pay. This pay or this pay. We actually get paid our bonuses in, and we get, if we're lucky, we get a pay increase. So if we're good, we get a bonus, not just that we have a job being a bonus. So yeah, that's yet to happen. I am either 2nd of September or the 16th of September, I will have no credit card debt. By the end of September, no credit card debt is what I'm aiming for. But we'll leave it there. There is more sheets to fill in, so you will find that in here, my debt repayment plan, what I want to pay most, in interest rates, what I'm paying out. So I'll go through that a little bit later on. And then this one is where did my money go. So this is where I've already worked out my categories. And then you've got this one, which is my July. So this is interesting because what we've gone through, I put it all into a spreadsheet and tracked my expenses for July. 35% of my salary went to debt. Nearly 16% went to grocery, and 13% went to 13.3% to insurance, and 13.2% went to YouTube. This is the one that is causing me grief. So my aim is to get my YouTube down, not necessarily in August, because I did work this out during August, but in September, I want to get my YouTube down, my YouTube spending down. Stop adding to my channel. That's one way. So yeah, gems, that's it. I've done my budget for, that's all of August now. So that's 2 paychecks. September is 3 paychecks, and one of those is a bonus. Yes. But I will leave that there. I will go, the Budget Mum is, I've been watching her on YouTube. I've actually been watching her vlog on Instagram, and she's very inspiring. So if you want to get your finances under control, for one, which is me, or 2, you want to be able to go debt free, which is me, or you want to save lots of money so that you can afford stuff, me. I fit into all the categories where because I am an impulse spender. So that is where this is going to come in handy, and the cash envelope system is going to come in so handy. So gems, hopefully you're going to enjoy joining me on this journey. I will be doing Finance Fridays. You will only see Finance Fridays. I won't do any of these on any other day. But what that means is if I have a budget, if I've got a paycheck budget to do, if I've got a monthly monthly check-in, so when I actually complete my monthly closeout, if they happen to be within the same week, you will get 2 videos. Okay, I'll give you the warning, but they will only be on Friday, Finance Friday. That's the only time you will see this workbook. I will say in this workbook, I am trying to work it into a diary. And I'm not sure whether I've shown this already, but this is where it all started from. I started the planner journey, and this is where I've been tracking what I spent. This is where I was initially, but now I've gone to here and I've gone, rightio, my cash spending here. This is where I'm going to really see my impulse buys, because if I don't go out without my debit cards, I'm going to see where my impulse. What that also means is I shouldn't be adding anything into here unless it's actually come out of my account. I did have a whoopsie here. Amazon. But so that's that side of it. And down the bottom one will be my sinking funds. So that's where you will see I'll just put my beginning sinking funds for the week. My balance, actually it won't be for the week, it will be just for the fortnight. So you will see that at the beginning of each fortnight. So sinking funds, like I've just done one here, sinking funds will be here. And these weeks start out with Wednesday. Because I can get date stickers, I've changed them out to Wednesdays. And then you get what you go. This is me forward planning for September. This is why you haven't seen videos, because I've been playing. But yeah, there we go. That's coming up, and that's actually doing a calendar, a weekly spread on a budget, as opposed to buying a big heap of stickers. Anyway, that's me fluffing around. I'll go back to the week that we are in now, because I like this open so that I can see it. Leave that there. I will say, gems, let me know, what do you think? Do you want to join me on this journey? Give me a big thumbs up if you want to join me on the journey. If you don't want to join me on this journey, just don't look at any videos that I release on Friday. That's all I can say, because that's all you'll see on Fridays. So yeah, comments, what do you think? Happy with it? Happy with this process? Give it a couple of months to settle in, see how it goes. If you guys don't like it, I'll take it out. But at the moment, this is going to hold me accountable. It's like seeing some people do, losing weight. They going through YouTube, it makes them accountable. So this is my way of being accountable for what I'm spending, and what I'm trying not to spend is more the point. So feel free to tell me off in comments below if you see me spending money on something I shouldn't be. I can just imagine the people that's going to tell me off. Yeah. Okay, gems, I'll leave it there. Big shout out to the Budget Mum. She's done a good job with this book, and I'll leave it there. If you're not to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Become one of the fantastic gems in this that's joining me on this journey, as well as my craft journey. And obviously hit the bell so you're notified when I do an upload, so that then you know when something is there to see. I will say, gems, bye for now.